Ever get caught in one of those sudden downpours? You know, the kind that seems to come out of nowhere?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
for
just strolling along and bam,
hmm,
soaked.
they're worse.
Now imagine you're an airline and that surprise storm could cost you like thousands of dollars every minute.
Oof, yeah. That's a different story altogether. High stakes.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into that world, the world of weather prediction, and how crucial it is for businesses, especially airlines.
Right, because a little rain delay here or a snowstorm there can have massive ripple effects.
Exactly. We're looking at how one company, Tomorrow.io, is helping airlines like JetBlue, famous for their customer service.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they're helping them basically outsmart Mother Nature to keep things running smoothly.
Sure.
And the fascinating thing is, it's not just about knowing that the storm's coming, it's about what you choose to do about it.
That's where the real magic happens. That's what Tomorrow.io is all about. Using technology, really cutting-edge stuff, to give hyper-local, real-time weather data.
Okay, when you say hyperlocal, paint the picture for me. How specific are we talking?
Think microclimates around an airport. We're talking about, JetBlue potentially knowing that runway 1 will be totally clear while runway 2 is completely fogged in.
Wow, that's next level forecasting.
Yeah.
But how does that translate into actual decisions for the airline and, more importantly, savings?
Well, think about it. Every single minute a flight is delayed, it's costing them money, serious money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Time is money and all that.
It's not just money. It's a lot of money. We're talking, on average, about a $75 impact per minute per flight.
$75 a minute. Suddenly checking my weather app before I leave the house seems way more important. So it's not just about predicting the weather. Right?
Yeah, not at all.
It's about what Tomorrow.io calls decisioning, using those predictions to make smart, proactive choices.
Precisely.
But how does that actually play out in the real world? Give me an example.
Okay, so picture this, right? A freezing February morning in Boston.
Okay, I can already feel the chill.
Every news channel is predicting heavy snow, all day.
Oh, I know that story.
Chaos. Other airlines at Logan Airport, they're bracing for a nightmare, major delays.
Yeah, I can practically hear the collective groan of passengers dreading a travel nightmare.
Exactly, but here's where it gets interesting. JetBlue. They decide to do things a little differently. They go against the grain.
Okay, so everyone else is battening down the hatches, but JetBlue's optimistic. What did they see that everyone else missed? Give me the inside scoop. So it's like a real David and Goliath situation, right?
Totally.
Everyone's saying snow day, but JetBlue's got this, secret weapon.
Not so secret once you understand how powerful this tech actually is. What we're talking about here, these Tomorrow.io models, they take in tons of data, stuff other forecasts just miss completely, and they were predicting a break in the storm.
Okay, but how much earlier?
Much earlier, way ahead of what anyone else was thinking.
What are talking hours ahead of the competition?
Right.
Because that's a big deal for airlines.
Hours. It's
Yeah.
huge, right? So everyone else is stuck on the ground. Those delays are racking up. Remember that $75 a minute per flight?
Ouch, yeah.
JetBlue's looking at the data from Tomorrow.io, and they decide to trust it.
Wow.
They're operating their flights like it's a normal day. And guess what?
The snow clears.
Right on time.
Talk about a boss move. They dodged a bullet with those delays, no frustrated passengers. Plus, think of the financial win.
Yes.
Their competitors are, counting their losses, and JetBlue's coming out ahead.
Exactly. This is where remember that $75 a minute per flight? Well, JetBlue estimates that this Tomorrow.io tech, it's saving them, on average, something like $50,000 per month per hub, just from those avoided delays.
$50,000 a month per hub. Okay, hold on. For those of us who aren't airline experts, break down hub for us.
Sure. Basically, a hub it's like an airport that an airline uses as their central connecting point for, all their flights.
Makes sense.
So, if you've ever had a layover, you've seen a hub in action.
Yeah, I've definitely had a few layovers in my day.
And for a big airline, like a JetBlue, those savings, they add up really fast when you're talking about multiple hubs.
50 grand per month per hub. That's not just avoiding a delay. That's like a whole new revenue stream they've tapped into.
You got it.
But it can't just be about the bottom line, can it? There's got to be more to it.
Oh, absolutely. You've also got to factor in, what's the impact on customer satisfaction, right?
For sure.
You're the traveler who actually gets to go on vacation or makes that important meeting because your flight, it took off on time.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah,
You gotta remember that. It builds brand loyalty.
Happy customer, repeat customer. Right.
Exactly.
But this is way bigger than snow days, right? I mean, what other ways is JetBlue, like, using this super accurate weather data day to day?
That's the cool part, right? This technology, it's about being proactive, making those data-driven decisions in tons of different situations. For example, let's say there's like a line of thunderstorms
Okay.
predicted near a major airport. So in the past, airlines, they might have just, waited to see what happened, which leads to those last-minute cancellations, diversions, the whole 9 yards. But with this level of forecasting, now they can make those tough calls hours ahead of time.
So instead of reacting to the weather, they're like anticipating it.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
They can adjust flight routes to, avoid turbulence, reroute aircraft beforehand, even just like optimize when their ground crews need to be ready.
Wow.
Keeps everything moving.
I'm getting a whole new appreciation for like how complex air travel really is.
Oh, yeah.
You never really think about all the stuff happening behind the scenes to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
This whole deep dive, it really makes you think, like, who knew weather could be such a game changer in business?
Right. And we've only scratched the surface here.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. This kind of forecasting power, it's huge. And not just for airlines. Think about, like, cargo ships,
Okay, yeah.
rerouting to avoid those rough seas, farmers planning their harvests around rainfall down to, like, the square meter, or stadiums adjusting schedules.
Wow, so many possibilities.
It really makes you wonder what other data points, the stuff we might think is small, could actually change entire industries.
Totally. Like you were saying before, it's not enough to just have the data, right? You got to know what to do with it.
Exactly. You've got to be asking yourself, what information, if I had it right now, could totally, like, transform my work?
Yeah, what's that one little piece of the puzzle that could change everything for me?
Right. And it might be something super specific, like knowing the exact wind speed at a construction site,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
or something way more complex, like, can we predict how customers will behave based on the weather?
It's almost like having a superpower, being able to look into the future like that, make decisions with like total certainty.
It kind of is, yeah. And
Yeah.
the more we learn about this data, who knows what we can do?
That's what I'm taking away from this deep dive, the power of information, how much it can change things. So, listeners, it's your turn, right? What piece of data, if you knew it ahead of time, could revolutionize what you do? Think about it. And a huge thanks to tomorrow.io for giving us like a glimpse into the future of weather prediction. Until next time, stay curious, everyone.